Well, hello and welcome to the almost obligatory end of year video that everyone makes. I'm going to be talking about my 2022 goals. Okay, so in an attempt to kind of keep this short and snappy and not make it too repetitive, because if you watch my last year's video, a lot of those same goals apply to 2022 because I mostly didn't achieve my goals, and a lot of them are just things that aren't really check-off goals. They're just like things that I want to keep doing. So obviously a lot of the things are still going to be on my 2022 goals list. So this year in this video, I've decided I'm only going to share a few of my writing, reading, and other, creative type goals, and just a handful of some of my general life goals. So jumping straight into it, my number one goal is to write 2 drafts of Ben and send out the 3rd draft to my CPs. So obviously, if you've been watching my channel, you'll know that I didn't really make a whole lot of progress with Ben this year. And now there were a lot of factors that went into why I made such slow progress, but we're not gonna talk about that. We're talking about 2022, okay? 2021, we're leaving it. 2021 was rude. It was rude. We're just gonna leave it behind in the past and just try not to look back at it all that much. So yeah, I would really love to finish the 2nd draft of Ben, read through it, do some edits, write a 3rd draft of Ben, and then send that draft to my CPs. That would be ideal. And then if I could do a bit more, I'd love to get started on the 4th draft once I get my feedback from my CPs. So yeah, my number 1 goal is writing 2 more drafts of Ben. My number 2 goal is I want to participate in every nano this year. I want to do both camps and then the one in November again. I feel like in 2021 I participated in April. I don't know that I participated in July. I think I was working too much to participate. And then I technically participated in November, but I didn't win any of the nanos. I did not win, and I'm not gonna make it a goal to win next year, but I'm gonna make it a goal to at least participate in all the nanos next year. And I think I really want one of those months to be me working on a completely different project that is not Ben, which is very exciting for me, but we'll get to that in a little bit. So my next goal is a reading goal, and that is to read 24 books in 2022. Now my 2021 goal was to read 24 books, and I only made it to 8. But that's okay. I'm definitely a little bit disappointed in that, but I'm not gonna lower my goal for 2022. I'm gonna keep it at 24 and just try harder, just try harder. Again, 2021 just in general wasn't my favorite year. It was hard in a lot of the same ways, but also a lot of different ways than 2020. 2020, looking back now, was actually a really great year, even though it was a painful year for me. It was painful in a different way than 2021 was. Like 2021 was just stressful. It was just a whole nother level. So, I'm gonna have a little bit of compassion and, forgive myself for not reaching basically any of my goals, really. 2021 was rough. It's okay that I only got 8 books, but that just makes me, that just lights a fire in me to read a whole lot more books in 2022. So I'm gonna keep my goal at 24 books, and diving a little bit deeper into that reading goal of 24 books, I wanna make sure that I'm reading, at least 1 book in like all the different genres. So I wanna read classics, I wanna read horror, definitely wanna read horror, I wanna read contemporary, I wanna read sci-fi, fantasy, I want to read a lot of my self-published books that I bought last year. And yeah, I kinda wanna really mix it up. I wanna make sure that I'm reading in a wide variety of genres, and especially the genres that I would like to explore as a writer. I'd like to read a couple of books in those genres just to kind of get a sense of how other people are doing it. So this next goal is very exciting for me. I want to write a horror novella. So if you know me at all, my favorite genre in life is horror. I love horror films, I love literature, I like the horror. So I wrote this short script. It was like a 30-page script in school, and it was my first attempt at writing a horror story. I did it as kind of an homage to Stephen King. I'm a very big Stephen King fan. I've mostly read Stephen King in my adult life. So I kind of wanted to, try my hand at horror. If I love reading it and watching it, what if I wrote a little bit of it? So I attempted to write a horror story in film school. And it's still a story that I think about to this day, and I really want to do something with it. So I thought, why don't I turn it into a novella. Novellas are definitely something that I want to learn about and explore more, and I thought since horror is a genre that I want to really experiment and learn more about when it comes to writing and literature, and the novella is a form that I want to also kind of explore more. I've been falling in love with the idea of novellas, so I thought what better way to take the story that I wrote in school that I still kind of really like and want to do something with, learn more about the horror genre and writing, and learn more about the novella. Like, what better way to bring all those things together than to bring all those things together and write a horror novella, you know? Now, I haven't decided if it's something that I'd want to share or how I would share it, but you know, I'm thinking about it, it's percolating, and I'll let you know, but definitely I want to write a horror novella. So my next goal is YouTube related, and that is I want to be a lot more consistent. I know all of these goals I need to be realistic with work. Work just throws everything off. I just have so little time to do anything when I'm working. So I need to keep that in mind. But this year I really want to work again on my consistency with YouTube and my quality. I feel like I got lazy with my editing, and I really want to get a little bit better with my editing. So I want to work on that. And then my main goal is just to be more consistent. I'd love to post at least 3 videos a month. Like, even when I'm working, I want to be able to post at least 3 videos a month. I don't want to go weeks and months without posting again. Like, I don't like it, you know? I don't feel good when I do that. So I don't want to do that. And again, like last year, I don't want to give myself a subscriber goal. I definitely want to stick to goals that I actually have control over. So yeah, I want to just focus on my consistency and my quality. And when it comes to other social media like Instagram and TikTok, I'd like to be a little bit more consistent with those too. Like, I just feel like I'm not super consistent with anything in my life, but especially kind of my social media presence. I don't know, I just feel like I want a little bit more structure to my social media presence. And so yeah, those are a few of my kind of creative goals. Now, I do have a whole lot more that I've decided not to publicly share. I've decided to keep them kind of private. A lot of them have to do with my secret project, so obviously I'm going to keep those private. But know that I have a lot of goals for my secret project in 2022, and I'm hoping to reach them all. And when I do, you'll know. Now, in terms of just a few of my kind of general life goals that I don't mind sharing, I mean, again, like last year, financial literacy is something that I would like to continue to work on. Obviously, paying off debt, saving money, expense tracking. I have all my things set up, so I want to really work on that in 2022 and pay off as much debt as I can, and just kind of get my finances in order. I want to get to a comfortable, stable, safe place when it comes to money. The next goal is I really want to document more. Like, I want to take more pictures. I want to make sure I film more. I want to write more. Like, I want to journal more. I just want to make sure I'm documenting everything in my life. Like, I just want to document everything because I love looking back. Like, I just love looking back on things because my memory is terrible. If I don't write things down, it's like my life didn't happen. Like, my life didn't happen. I don't remember a thing. So I just want to make sure that I have records. I just want records of my life. I want more pictures. I want more videos. I want more journal entries. Like, I just want it all, okay? Now, this next goal I'm really excited about, and I'm also really excited about documenting this one. I want to make sure that I stay consistent at documenting, consistent and accurate with my documentation of this one, but I want to watch 100 horror movies in 2022. And every single one of these horror movies needs to be one that I have not yet seen. So I can rewatch a bunch, but they won't count toward my 100 horror movies of 2022. They all have to be movies I have not yet seen. I'm really excited for that. I also want to do like reviews of them and talk about them and share them. So I might, do that on my Instagram or whatever. I don't know. I haven't quite decided, but I definitely want to watch 100 horror movies in 2022. And then my last goal that I'm going to share is also one that I had on my list last year, but that is to get another tattoo. I wrote down that I want to get 3 to 4 tattoos. Basically, I just want to add to my sleeve. I'd really love to finish my sleeve next year, but that'll really depend on kind of a few things. So we'll see. But I definitely want to get at least 1 tattoo next year. And yeah, so that's basically it in terms of the goals that I want to share. But I have a lot of the same goals as last year. If you watch my last year's video, a lot of those same goals apply to this year. My physical, mental, and emotional health are definitely a priority for me next year, so I have a lot of goals around those things. And yeah, yoga, exercising, spending time with family, like that kind of stuff is just, it's a given. Those are just on my list every year. So yeah, I've been really enjoying watching people's 2022 goals videos. I feel like theirs are a lot more structured and kind of detailed. I just kind of wanted to wing it and only share a couple of my goals this year because otherwise this video would just be entirely too long. There's something really empowering about keeping certain goals, you know, kind of private and keeping them to yourself. Like it feels good to me. But yeah, let me know what some of your goals are. I'd really love to know. I'm always so curious about what other people's goals are, and I love being able to like cheer people on. So yeah, let me know. Thank you so much for watching, and if you got to the end of this video, comment down below, stay gold, because you are golden. And yeah.